What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be talking about some kind of unconventional ways that will help quarterbacks increase their arm strength. So these are going to be all different exercises that we've never really talked about on this channel before that can help strengthen your arm by rotating or working on your external rotation in your shoulder, your leg strength, your core strength, and your overall explosiveness. Now, fellas, for this first exercise, you need a PVC pipe. So this is going to work on your external rotation in your shoulder. So I'm going to give a quick breakdown of what external rotation is, how it applies to arm strength, and then what this drill is and how many sets and reps you want to do with this before a throwing workout. This is a great exercise to do before a throwing workout, or even on days where you're not throwing, like an off day, to still work on that external rotation in your shoulder. So external rotation is kind of like something you see a lot of quarterbacks who have a very, very strong arm all have this. I'm going to use Patrick Mahomes because he has kind of some freaky external rotation, but if you look at old clips of like Michael Vick, who obviously had a cannon, he had crazy external rotation as well, and it's a direct translation to arm strength. So external rotation is essentially when you throw and you rotate with your hips, where your shoulder and your hand almost bend back like this, right? Mahomes, the ball is almost like even with his elbow, but most quarterbacks are about right here. Now, what this comes from is your hips being able to beat your shoulders. So in your throwing motion, you want to think of it like you're hitting a baseball. I'm in the batter's box, quarterback, let's say receiver's maybe 10 yards away. I want to step to that receiver. My weight stays loaded on my back leg. You almost want to think your knee does not cave forward. It stays nice and straight and nice and loaded. In your base, your foot, knee, and head should be stacked on top of each other. So you step, you want to take the football back and rotate your shoulders, and when your hips rotate through like this, that's where you get to that external rotation position. Now, a lot of QBs lack mobility in their shoulders. So what happens is that they'll go back, and when their hips rotate through, they have no external rotation, and they end up pushing the ball, and it's very hard for them to throw deep, to get the nose of the football to turn over, as they have so much stiffness and they're not mobile in their shoulder. So this is a great drill to work on that external rotation to give you more of that like whip and slingshot type throw. So I recommend doing about 2 sets of 20 reps of this drill. So all you're going to do is you need a PVC pipe. Could you do this with a golf club? Probably. Could you do it with a baseball bat? Probably. PVC pipe is generally best. So you're going to hold onto this PVC pipe at the top right here, or actually I would say like you're going to be here, like at the bottom of the PVC pipe, and you're going to drop this behind your shoulder. All you're going to do is you're going to grab the PVC pipe with your left hand if you're a right-handed quarterback, just like so, and you are going to pull on the PVC pipe with your left hand. And when you pull, that's going to cause a stretch in your shoulder. I'll show you guys this way. So once you pull, it pulls your shoulder back and it works on that mobility. It's probably going to hurt, especially if you have like not the most mobile shoulders, but that would be 2 reps. 3, you come back. 4, you come back, and you're just working on that external rotation in your shoulder. You could do this before a workout, you could do this on off days like I said, but 2 sets of 20 reps to work on that external rotation to help you increase your arm strength. Now, fellas, before we get into the rest of these exercises, if you're a quarterback or even a wide receiver watching this and you would like to train with myself and my staff of coaches this offseason, we're going to be traveling out to 15 different cities across the entire U.S. for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camps this offseason, fellas. So guys, go to that very first link in the description below if you would like to sign up. We limit spots for these camps, and spots are filling up very, very fast right now, you guys. Our first camp is in December, but every single camp is starting to fill up, and they will sell out because we limit spots so we can work with each one of you guys individually. So make sure you take advantage of the fact that we have open spots. You guys go to that very first link in the description below. We're coming out to San Francisco, California, Orlando, Florida. Then we'll be heading out to Phoenix, Arizona, Columbia, South Carolina, Seattle, Washington, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Nashville, Tennessee, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Denver, Colorado, Columbus, Ohio, Boston, Massachusetts, Salt Lake City, Utah, and finishing it off in Los Angeles, California. So guys, want some info? Very first link in that description below. We'd love to have you there, and that's how you could sign up. So fellas, like we talked about, when it comes to arm strength as a quarterback, it has a lot to do with almost like hitting a baseball. You want to be able to produce torque, right? And so torque comes from something called upper body and lower body dissociation, which is a fancy word for separation, right? What you want to be able to do, just like a baseball player hitting a baseball, is you want to be able to step towards the target with your front foot, your lower body, but at the same time you want your upper body to counter rotate, right? So you should feel like a pull right here in your like rib cage, if you will. So when you decide to rotate with your hips, it slings the upper half through. That right there is torque. So this drill helps us create torque and helps us close my front shoulder when I take my stride. So you need like a weighted ball for this. Honestly, you could do like a baseball. Baseball's probably best. You don't want to do anything lighter than a baseball, like a tennis ball, because it won't help something called arm speed. And arm speed is something that helps you with more velocity on your throws. I think a lot of times quarterbacks have great mechanics, but their arm speed is very slow. So using something that has a little bit of weight to it, like a baseball or a weighted ball like this, can help you increase your arm strength to, one, help your release time be faster, but also helps with more velocity on the ball. So this is just like a simple sequence throw. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna hold this like baseball, if you will, or weighted ball in your front hand. If you're a right-handed quarterback, that would be your left hand. So you're gonna do two parts of this drill. You're gonna step with your front foot, and as you step, you're going to take this ball in your left hand and toss it to your right hand. The reason why we do that is this helps quarterbacks who love to open up in their throw. A lot of guys will lose power because they don't dissociate the upper body from the lower body. They'll take a step with this front foot and they'll open up like this. So their shoulders and their hips rotate at the same time. You won't get any external rotation like we talked about before, and you just end up pushing the ball, right? So a lot of guys, that's what they'll do. A lot of guys will try to rotate their shoulder, but they push all their weight forward with their back leg. That's not how you'd hit a baseball, right? I'm not gonna hit a baseball like this. What I'm gonna do to hit a baseball is I'm gonna step and stay back and then have my hips whipped up or half through. That's what we gotta try to accomplish in our throwing motion. I want my shoulder to rotate back as I step and keep weight on this back leg. That's what this helps with. So first part of this drill, all you're gonna do is you're gonna step and throw back. Then the second part of this drill, you're gonna step and have your arm go through. You're not gonna let go of the ball. Because remember, we're trying to work on arm speed and have resistance throughout the entire throw. Normally on a throw, you let go of the ball here and you have no resistance on the way down. This, if you hang on to the ball, you have resistance all the way throughout the throw, so it helps a little bit more with arm speed. So I recommend about 20 to 25 reps of this drill. So remember how it goes. Step, rotate back, come back, step, rotate back, and go all the way through. To work on your shoulders closing and separating the upper body from the lower body to increase more torque in your throw. So fellas, this next exercise is gonna be like an actual swing with this PVC pipe. So you could use a baseball bat for this. You could use really any type of like pole type object, but we're just gonna be hitching into a throw, like if we were throwing like a deep post or a fade, and then doing a swing with this baseball bat because it helps us keep our weight back because we're changing the object in my hands. So here's where a lot of quarterbacks go wrong. When they throw a deep ball, they'll hitch up, right? Let's say I'm throwing deep to the left. They'll hitch up, they get to their back leg, and then what happens is that they push everything forward because they're trying to get so much power off of this back leg. But remember, my hip, my leg get left behind when I do that, and I'm not able to dissociate my upper body from my lower body. When I push everything forward, I can't rotate back, so I'm just gonna end up pushing the ball. Puts a lot of pressure on your arm, and you're not gonna have as much velocity as we would like to, because remember, it's like hitting a baseball. When I hitch up to throw, what I do is I step, my weight stays back, I rotate my shoulders back if I were hitting a baseball, and then the hips bring the shoulders through. That's what I want to do when I throw a football as a quarterback. So this way of us actually swinging and doing a football type movement, it builds that muscle memory of what I should be doing on a deep ball. So all you're gonna do, and we'll show it full speed in a second, but you're gonna be here, bat's nice and relaxed. You're gonna step with your front foot, back foot, and you're gonna do this fast. Step, keep the bat back, hips rotate through, and you're just gonna swing hanging onto the bat. I recommend hanging on with two hands, just so you don't let go of it and hurt somebody. But that's an easy drill that you guys can do to work on not pushing forward on a deep ball, which will cause you to lose power and hurt your arm. So we're gonna show it full speed. Recommend doing about 20 to 25 reps of this before a throwing workout or even on an off day, because it doesn't put any pressure on your arm.